Welcome back to our program. Patrice had an opportunity to show you citizens' participation in action at the Beast Ferry project. And that happens in all of the projects when necessary for the County of Charleston. Generally, there's a citizens meeting where we will fill people in, the residents of a community in, on what's going on with a given project. Why do we do that? It's because we want them to have an opportunity. Charleston County Transportation Sales Tax Program wants these residents to have an opportunity to look at the design that has come about as a result of the work of a professional engineer and to discuss how that will work in their neighborhood. Who knows best than the residents who live in that area? I did a little bit of research on this question of citizens' participation and found that it started early in our history in this country. In fact, citizens have always been encouraged, with only a few exceptions, to take part in governmental affairs, especially where it involves them, especially at the neighborhood level. And it's been somewhat successful. The problem, however, is when the citizens group has a rub of some sort with the government that they have elected. Either it's the government that they've elected that we will use, or it's the citizens group. Well, we all know better than that. It's generally going to be both. And I believe that's a part of our right. We looked up some information on the Constitution of the United States and found that in the First Amendment, probably the Fifth and Sixth Amendments as well, that citizens were given an opportunity a long time ago to be a part of their government and the governmental process. We've seen it work here with RoadWise and the Transportation Sales Tax Program. I imagine it will go on for a long time to come. It's going to go on for several reasons, unless somehow the individual community becomes discouraged. It will go on because a lot of activity is going on in the community, and a lot of that activity is dependent upon federal dollars. And when federal dollars are involved, then that means that the federal government is asking for, and in some instances, requiring that the resident, many residents, get involved in the decision-making process. Now, the last stop, or the buck stops, with the elected officials, and they will make a difference as well. I've seen a number of organizations that have done a good job in influencing their governmental representatives, and that still goes on to a large degree. But again, what concerns me about that is that it's generally a very large group of people who are well studied, well learned, who are up to date on the information because they chose to make sure that they would know exactly how the whole business works. What do I mean by that? They know how a decision is being made. But what happens to the person who doesn't have the wherewithal? What happens to the person who cannot drive or get to a meeting? Well, the federal government back in the late 70s decided that perhaps we ought to have programs that are coming into the community, meetings of those programs being held in the community, directly in that community, which means we came to see, and up came the idea of having meetings, especially for low to moderate income people, in churches, in recreation centers, in places that were convenient where people could walk. And that was very successful, and it remains to be a success. And so there you see, from the federal government gave up some of its powers. It has to do with citizens' involvement, but not all. And then that kind of meeting or concern about citizens' involvement went down to the state level, from the federal to the state level, and eventually to the counties, and then to the cities or the municipalities. And when we get to the cities, we're finding that many of these meetings are held in homes of individuals, in spaces where they feel comfortable, whether it's in a playground or what have you. So it's being made, the opportunity for citizens' involvement is being made in a variety of ways. Now we have something called social media. And social media, I guess, is probably, at least from what I'm seeing, one of the best ways that you can communicate with government. Of course, if you don't have a computer, it's awfully difficult. But the old ways are all open, whether it be coming to a meeting and making a comment or writing down your comment and giving it to someone so that it can get back to the right persons on the county council or city council. But when we see the citizen unable to show how they feel, to give their knowledge, to give their input into a process, that's when we're concerned. That's when we want to share with them on their basis. It's so important that we hear from you, the resident, and we're going to continue to do that. Hopefully as well, these programs that come on, I believe on the weekend, give you information on the people, the places, and the things that we're doing to improve Charleston County through your transportation sales tax. That tax that's being paid by every individual, no matter if you're shopping or you don't get a bill for this one. It's about sales tax. That means that everybody participates, no matter what your income, no matter what your station in life, you have an opportunity. And you know what? We encourage you. We encourage you to participate in this system. Don't forget our website, www.ccroadwise.org. You can get information if you'll use that address, if you have a computer, and I promise you, you'll be able to see every single project that we have already done or that we're about to embark on. They're all there for you, the residents of Charleston County. Use it. It's there for you. There's an interactive way for you to comment. And what I mean by that is that you can write in your information and we'll write back. We'll be sure to get you the information you need. It's a very serious matter for us, and we hope it means the same thing for you. Thank you very much. This has been Charleston County RoadWise. I'm Cheryl Harrelson with my bit to say, and I hope you take me up on this. Have a good day.
For more information about projects, visit us at ccroadwise.org and follow us on Twitter and Facebook.